BpsRps Live. We're live, BpsRps. This is Twitter, YouTube, simulcast. It's like coming from a horse racing thing. Welcome. June 28th, 2021. It's that time. I don't know what's going on in baseball today. Pirates Rockies where it was 1-0 Pirates. Phillies are playing. Spencer Howard's pitching. The Florida Complex League started today for all those fans of minor league baseball. Marcus Lee Sang, I think he was number 50 on my Phillies top 50 preseason, hit a home run. His first game, in a home run. Keep your eye on him in like really deep leagues. Marcus Lee Sang, good outfielder. I think it was the 7th round pick for the Phillies last year. If you're in a 10-team league, redraft, ignore me with that recommendation. But if you're in a deep league with like, I'd say 30 plus keepers, dynasty minor league keepers, looking at that guy. He might be a good pickup for you. Jimmy, King M, Jeffrey, what's up, fellas? What's up? How the Phillies doing? I know Howard was pitching. That's all I know. Bryson Stott's tearing it up in the minor leagues. He could give hope for the future. 2-2. We'll see what happens, right? Today in baseball, Joe Tinker of the Cubs became the first Major League Baseball player to steal home twice in the same game. Wow. 1910. So baseball was around for about, a couple of years before that. So that's pretty good. And then this trivia I always was pretty happy about. The Mets are losing. Yeah, Eichhoff. Gerard Eichhoff, one of the players the Phillies got in exchange for Cole Hamels. Good trade, by the way. They got Eichhoff, some other schmuck, Jake Thompson. We're a Faro. They didn't get a Faro. They might not have been able to trade for Real Muto. So that makes the trade even worse because we'd still have Sixto Sanchez. The Mets will win the division. I hope so. Because the Phillies ain't. The Nats will win it. Yeah, the Nats are a veteran team. The Nats are the type of team they'll trade Scherzer because he's a free agent at the trade deadline. But get somebody who will help them now, plus a little star for the future. That's something that jack off, sorry for cursing, Rizzo would do. He's no good, that guy. He's fake tough. Yeah, this stat always amazes me. Phil Niekro and Don Sutton became the first 300-game winners to start against each other this century in 1986. That's pretty impressive. Neither of them got the win. Trivia tonight, we got some pretty cool. These are a minor league Topps Heritage. We got Daz Cameron, who Jeff named his Twitter handle off of, Daz. George Kirby, who's a pretty good pitching prospect for the Mariners. Monty Harrison, outfield prospect for the Marlins. Drew Waters, sell high. He's an outfield prospect for the Braves. Leody Taveras, who hit his 10th home run in the minor leagues yesterday. And Cole Winn, the oft-injured Rangers pitcher, who's actually, I think, leading the minors in whip, maybe even strikeouts. Minor league, line drive. Can we get an update on Clarice? Has anybody been still watching? If you're still watching it, Jimmy, anybody still watching it? How's that going? Jerry Manuel. He was the manager of the Mets at one point. I think he orchestrated their collapse when the Phillies overtook them like the last day of the season. Sorry about bringing up bad feelings or memories, Jim. But right now they're giving the Mets are doing bad things to the Phillies. So it comes full circle. Jerry Manuel was the manager of the Expos on this card. The season's over. He's checked out on it. All right. It was worth a shot, I guess, right? I mean, Eric Anthony, great power hitter for the Houston Cheaters at one point. Francisco Olivares, never heard of him. Olivares. I think the Olivares own Pat Steaks and the jewelers. There's a jeweler on Broad Street called Olivares. Wilfredo Cordero. He was a big Expos prospect coming up. Rob Scott, if you're watching as our Canadian guru correspondent, got some two nice Expos cards coming to you. Mike Burdick. He was a utility infielder for many teams, especially Oakland. Rob Nelson. This guy's the reason Mark McGwire played first base. No lie. He was a hotshot third base prospect for Oakland. They drafted McGwire, who was a third baseman, but they didn't want to play him over Nelson. They thought Nelson would hold down the hot corner for 20 years. Turns out Nelson was out of baseball in about 2 or 3 years, and McGwire was Rookie of the Year in '87. Jeff Pico, Angel Gonzalez. Angel Gonzalez, isn't he an umpire who makes all the bad calls? Pat Werning. Never heard of him. Here's one of our mortal enemies as Phillies fans, Pete McCannon. He was a has-been manager for them for a little while. He's another one who ruined the team. Kevin Kennedy, manager. He was a GM, I think, of the Padres. If anybody remembers him. And Dave Richardson, jobber. There's no Dave Robertson. Real bush leaguer, Pete McKinnon, huh? Football. Their special 1,000-yard club glossy cards inside. I don't know if it's inside every pack or not, but it leads me to believe that it is inside this pack. So the goal will be Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders, Emmett Thomas, or Reggie White, someone who could rush for 1,000 yards. There's no gum in the pack. That's Bush League. Oh, 1,000-yard club, Andre Bad Moon Rising. Atlanta Falcon wide receiver. He played under the tutelage of Jerry Glanville, who always dressed like Johnny Cash. Pretty cool card. Rising had some good years. Unlike Leo Gonads or Gonas. Never heard of him. Vinny Testaverde. Testaverde translated to English and Italian is bad head. Chris Hinton, Jesse Tuggle. Carl Lee. I think I used to work with a Carl Lee at the diner. I never knew he played football. He was a cornerback for the Vikings. Pretty cool. I'm proud of him. Billy Joe Tolliver. He was a quarterback. Scrub. Horizontal cards. Metcalf makes a return. It's Eric Metcalf. He was a running back, punt returner for the Cleveland football team. Freddie Joe Nunn. Get thee to a nunnery, as Shakespeare said or wrote. Dennis Bird, Paul and Marlon's son. Jesse Sapolo. Percy Snow, though, super rookie. That's true, Jim. And the football career is very short. You don't last long in football. So maybe he became a short order cook to supplement his lack of income from the football team. Percy Snow and Bruce Pickens, draft pick rookie cards. Ricky Reynolds. All right. Nate Lewis and Jason Storovsky. He was a kicker for the Patriots. Bill Belichick's team. Bill Belichick, you'd say he's a cheating fool. And if you're watching, Bill, don't deny it. Look at this glorious pack right here, 91 Fleer. We're going to be inundated with beautiful yellow. Phillies 3-2. All right. Is Howard still in? Even if yellow makes it a cappella. Pirates Cardinals, Padres Giants, division rivalries. 4-2. This is amazing. Edgar Diaz turning 2 on Gary Thurman. Isn't Edgar Diaz the closer for the Mets? Jim Abbott. This is really sweet. And these cards were graciously donated by King M Squared. Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott's awesome. Bailey Falter. What did he do? Don't tell anybody. I kind of like that kid. He found velocity this year. He used to max out at like high 80s, low 90s. He's maxing out like mid 90s now with his control. Something to behold. Of course, they'll ruin him, but maybe they'll trade him to a team that can develop pitching. Then look out. Bill Picoda, Jerry Don Gleaton. Ron Karkovice, he was a jobber catcher for the White Sox. Howard went 2.1 innings. What a waste. 2 1/3 of inning. Second round pick. It's pathetic is the word for it. But I don't know if I blame him or I blame the team. I blame the team because they yo-yo. They did the same thing with Aniel De Los Santos. They make them start, then relieve. Then he's the future 8th inning man. They're making him. He could have been a future 2 starter. I don't think anybody took my advice on Franco. I wrote an article about a year ago saying sell high on him. And him and Jason Dominguez sell high on them. They're 18 years old, 17 years old. Their value is so high right now for a teenager. There's a chance they'll go higher, but I mean, you're gambling on a teenager. The guy's gambling on me when I was 16. It would have been like Enron, cuz. Rick Shue, the Phillies gambled that he would be the successor to Mike Schmidt at third base. Todd Burns, I think he was one of the Simpsons characters. What the hell is this? Mike Bell. I didn't know Jay and David had another brother hanging around the major leagues. What the hell's Mike Bell? Wally Whitehurst. He was a Mets pitcher. He was no Jason Isringhausen. Carlos Quintana. He had a couple good years. The Red Sox. Mickey Tettleton, power hitting catcher, Oriole, Tiger, Oakland. Invest in BpsRps. They didn't know we were going public to YouTube and get a YouTube channel. Only you guys knew. That's why we're opening a 91 footer tonight to celebrate. It's a nice little checklist. Jeff Pico, him, Joey Gallo, you put them together. It's Pico Gallo. You just need a day. Pico de Gallo. And Pedro Munoz, jobber. I'll fight Mayweather any day, any place. Got my ass beat in about 3 seconds, but I'll get in the ring, then I'll run. Yo, I was thinking the other day, how funny of a word is run? Wasn't a movie, you guys know movies. Isn't there a movie where somebody's like threatening someone, but they don't really threaten them? They just like show them a gun and they look at the person and they say, run. And that person knew right then that he was getting his ass lit up. Isn't that a movie or was I making that up? 96 Fleer Ultra. Mayweather bust me up. I'll kick my ass to Sunday, then I'll stop me and say, wait, we've got another week. Yeah, run and flee. They're 2 really good words. Ten hits this season. The Quick and the Dead, Gene Hackman. It wasn't a movie. I thought I dreamt it or so. I've never seen that movie. So Bryce Harper is still got 10 more years, 10 hits. He got 1 hit for every year of his in scoring position. Bruce Willis did it too. Oh, this is a nice picture. These are nice cards. Kurt Miller. Stoff, if you're watching, I know you were pretty high on the shortstop from Florida. I don't know if you were high on him at 94, but Brett Saberhagen on the Mets. There you go, Jim. And in the back are even nice. There's like all kinds of pictures of these players. Here, here, here. Not too many stats, though. Don Mattingly. Rob, look at this card. I know you don't have this card. And the only way you're going to get it is all-you-can-eat shrimp on you. Steve Ontiveros. He was a Philly for a couple of games. He was a jobber. Andy Van Slyke. Oh, wow. He's on the Pirates, but it says Orioles, and it says signed by Orioles. You can see that, signed by Orioles, Andy Van Slyke. I never knew he was on the Orioles. I love bad movies, too. Oh, damn. We got a card for the Badass Binder to prepare us for spring training. The Jackal. Jackal, that's right. I did see that quite a few times. Hysterical. That's right. Jack Black, yeah, he had the run. And then they shot him really bad. That's right. Run. And he looked incredulously at the person, and then he just ran, but he didn't run fast enough. That's right. He fixes the he's fixing it. Run. I want to do that to somebody. That's right. He shoots the arm off. Oh man, that's great. I like to have a mass viewing of that movie. We'll cheer when we see that part. Poor Jack Black. Jose Rio teaching us how to throw 4 pitches. This card's awesome. We're definitely going to enjoy that. Pedro Munoz again. What are the odds? Luis Gonzalez, he was a World Series hero. If they meant it to be funny, they accomplished what they set out for. If they didn't mean it to be funny, that's pretty crazy. Kirk Reuter, blue red foil. I think Scott mentioned before he wasn't a jobber, but he's a jobber. He's a scrub. Darren Dalton, red foil. This is pretty cool. It's called the Phillies Badass Binder. Right before the UFOs found them. Brett Barbary, thanks to King M for reminding me to check out his wife. Don't tell her I told you. People get a little weirded out about that. And Andres Galarraga on the Rockies, 40 home run hitter. The big cat, great defensive player. What is it when I got delayed due to water? For a couple times, what happened? I think I had a mini flood in here. And that was the delay because of water. And then I forgot what the other time was. I think the washer broke or some shit. Sorry for cursing. Upper Deck Final Pack, 91. Yeah, that was the water. We had problems with the laundry system. My man Rob won. In honor of you, we're going to pull out a Ken Griffey Jr. 89, even though that's a 91 pack. Maybe it's in here. Luis Salazar, jobber. There we go. Quick scan completed came up. Tells me that they did a quick scan. I don't know how they're scanning. Maybe they scanned Luis Salazar. Jim Acker. Nah, he's not a swimmer. But yeah, usually it's delayed for if I'm stuck somewhere or if something bad happens. Kirk Gibson, um, this umpire looks like he's ready to beat the shit out of him. I've never seen this card before. Look, maybe he wants to teach him a lesson for cheating in the 1980 World Series when he wiped pine tar all over his bat. Kirk Gibson, I don't got no respect for Kirk Gibson. People say he played hard, he played with a lot of heart, he played with a lot of pine tar on his bat. Look at his 87 Topps card. You can see him wiping the pine tar on there. Yo, you guys remember Tim Belcher? You guys remember his father, Kevin Belcher? Me neither. Any Padres fans? We got a nice hollow foil. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. My only hope. Mark Whitten. This guy had like 20 home runs and 100 RBIs in a doubleheader once. Some on the Blue Jays. He was a Philly. That's right. He was a Philly, I think, for a couple months. Greg A. Harris. Bats right, throws right. I thought he was amphibious. Could have said both. Dan Peltier. Doesn't look like he's pelting any balls. Top prospect 91, Rangers. Yeah, good call. Steve Wilson. Never heard of him. Darren Dalton again. It's funny. The government's saying they're going to open up their UFO files. We got two of their favorite person right here. I mean, two cards of their favorite person. He had an awkward swing. Maybe that accounts the reason why he had a 214 career, 227 career batting average. Tell you what, though, about Dalton, I mean, he had one good year. I think he had 27 home runs, batted almost 290 or something. He was the clubhouse leader, 93 Phillies. Nobody would make if somebody was loafing during batting practice or messing around, he threatened to kick their ass, and they shaped up. They actually respected him in that clubhouse in 93. I would have thought, would have said, career batting average is 210. Go, leave, flee, run. I would have started shaving my bat. Been like, run. He wouldn't have ran. Then I would have hit him upside the head with that bat. Oh yeah, his wife was a Hooters model. Yeah, that's right. Dalton had this charmed life, didn't he? Good-looking guy, captain or clubhouse leader of the Phillies, which was a popular team in the 90s and in 08 and in 80. That's the only time. Good-looking wife, got a lot of chicks. He had the charmed life, this guy. Maybe that's why the UFO people took him. Maybe that's why they try to perform their sexual experiments on one of our most successful human beings in their mind. He survived, though, for a little while. Sean Dunston, first round pick. 83, I think it was the first pick. Jeff Hassan. Jobber. Beatles LSD doctor, Timothy Leary. The doctor turned the Beatles on LSD. Charlie Huff, this is his rookie card. Look how young he looks. Okay. Those knuckleballers, they don't age well, fellas. And then our two final cards, Jack Howell. This is Thurston's kid. You ever watch Gilligan's Island? Him and Lovey Howell. They begot Jack Howell. And then we finally figured out, no, the skipper's name is Jack. They named him after the skipper. I was going to say we finally figured out the professor's name, but the professor's name is, I think, Roy Hinckley. And Bobby Thigpen, who once held the saves record, most saves in a season, until Edgar or Edwin Diaz from the Mets broke the record. I think he was a Philly for a year. We all know how that turned out. Well, reliever, Phillies. I think we can assume how it turned out. 7.57 ERA, 10 blown saves. Just a guess. All right. There's the trivia prizes. The trivia question tonight. Who was, don't type the answer, retweet at the end of the broadcast. We're trying to beat Stauffer's streak. He's got a forward trying to go on, if you excuse the Phil Jackson terminology. Who was the first major league player to steal home twice in the same game? It was 1910. Pretty amazing feat. So, all right, fellas, thank you all for joining. Let's go Phillies. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, the game stays 4-2, which I know it's probably like about 6-4, whoever they're playing now, but we'll see. So, thank you all for joining, guys. Keep watching. I'll keep ripping. See you guys tomorrow night. Thank you all.